Come to the story of Lee Miller.
So, it's not working. Hello.
It is, right?
Thank you all so much for being here. So the project did start with me, and it all started because I have some friends who work in an auction house that sells interesting items of furniture, and they called me and they said, okay, there's this incredible table that's come in, and they know how much I love to cook and share meals with family and so on. And I said, well, tell me about it. And they said, it's a table that was owned in the home of the Penrose family, Roland Penrose, his sister, and their cousins, and it was a kind of a holiday home. And Lee Miller spent time in that house when she and Roland had just met, and she would cook and prepare food at this table, and they would share these meals with Picasso and Max Ernst and Paul Eluard and some of the people that you've seen in this film. And Lee was the one who would kind of do the hosting. And so I got this table, and it arrived at my house, and it's beautiful, old, and you can really feel the history in it. And I sat down, I put my hands on it, and I thought, oh my God, Lee Miller sat at this table. I wonder why no one's made a film about her. And 9 years later, I think I probably know why no one's made a film about her. Because it was so unbelievably hard. The driveway of his home as I pulled up, and he had his arms open like this, and I got out of the car and I walked towards him, and he said, my God, I have to tell you that I've always thought if ever there was a film made about my mother, that you would maybe play her. Wow. And I couldn't believe it, and from that moment on I felt a real sense of duty and responsibility to him, because he had such a complicated relationship with her. It was not easy for her to be a mother in the state that she was in just after the war, and he describes it as a caustic relationship. And then it wasn't until much later in 1977, just after she had died, that he discovered in the attic of their home boxes full of 60,000 negatives and prints of everything his mother had done during the war, and he never knew, and she never spoke of it. But I wanted to make a film that lifted Lee out of the male gaze. Because if I Googled her in 2015, it would say, and it would do probably even now, she's described as the ex-lover and muse of Man Ray. I know, and the former Vogue cover girl, ex-model. These really almost belittling, infantilizing labels that had been stuck on her and stayed. And that was a little moment in time in her 20s. She didn't even like being a model, and she was already taking photographs. She had learned photography from her father, and that was truly what she wanted to do. But I saw that this decade in her life that we cover in our film was the decade when Lee became Lee. It was the most interesting, dynamic period of her life, and what she did to be that visual voice for the victims of conflict against all odds was so extraordinary to me. And I couldn't handle the fact that people might never know that about her, and that maybe some of you here who've never heard of Lee Miller. And my hope was that for those people, they might meet her this way, the right way, for who she truly was and what she did for history.